my God, will Pulse fill up? Yes. If it accrues so much value and gets so many users, yeah, the fees will go up and you'll just get really, really rich holding Pulse watching. Oh no, more really, really rich people. Like, you can't, here's the thing, you cannot force a free market to keep things cheap, because then crappy use cases that aren't valuable will outbid useful and valuable use cases. And do you want your chain with limited capacity to be filled up with crap? No, you don't want your chain filled up with crap. You want it filled up with nice, good things. Well, then how do you know what the difference between nice and crap is? By bidding. And the people that see more value in the chain pay more to use the chain. And then your limited resource chain, through the bidding mechanism, is filled with the most valuable things that people can fill it with. And so this like socialist USSR decree that, oh, we're just going to have cheap fees forever, it doesn't work, because there's a finite amount of space and you have to allocate it to certain users. And who should you allocate it to? Those that can most afford it, because they're bidding with their money for how valuable the transaction is. So the solution to a limited resource isn't to screw around with the pricing. The solution to a limited resource is to create more of the resource. So the Ethereum chain is full. Great. Well, we're going to make one with 4 times more throughput, and it won't be full. It'll be empty.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another great video and of course live stream with all the community. We've got Bullish Bitcoin and Pulsechain. We're going to talk about that. We also got to talk about the excitement that's building for the Beetroot Stake and Shake product, that single side staking for Richard Heart tokens, and of course Beetroot and Sweet token. Looking forward to that, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get into it, folks. We're going to cover the stock market, crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're bring up a new chart today, so Bitcoin, Ethereum chart, and then we're going to get into all the market updates for day 179. We're getting closer and closer to 6 months, which is about 4 days away. So pretty cool. We've also going to be talking about some of the big DEX is TVL. We're going to talk about TVL and of course wrap up with the Hex daily stats. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's see who else has jumped in the chat here. We've got Lies Beneath. Hello, how are you today? Very good, of course. And the ultimate strategy of this channel, the Richard Heart Golden Crypto, is Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLXX, and Center for the Win. 100% Lies Beneath. Thanks so much for bringing that to our attention every day. Who else has jumped in here? Archie, woohoo! One of our moderators and all-round awesome, super smart, genius people. Archie is in the house there. 7-month membership. Thank you so much for your support, Archie, and appreciate all the work that you do in the Discord. Now, Archie is our specialist around TYRH and TYZZ. So really cool alpha from Archie all the time. So big shout out. Dixon Cider in the house there. Superman, can we get a pulse pump for my birthday? We'll do our best. We'll do our best, Dixon. We'll do our best. Certainly looking good for it. That's all I can say. Joey Torres in the house there. What's up? Hey, good to see you, Joey. Welcome to the chat. We got our community leader, Brian, in the house there. What's up, folks? Good to see you again, Brian. Who else is in there? Yeah, if you want to use if you want a direct on-ramp from fiat to CST stablecoin to Pulsechain directly, use Brian's link in the video description for Coast, and you get a 5,000 weight tokens. So that's pretty cool. 5,000 weight tokens bonus. So get on that one. Check my pulses in the house there. Good evening, Superman. Why up, y'all? Good to see Check My Pulse. Brennan as well. Morning, Superman and family. Our TA specialist. Now, Brennan was on our special live stream yesterday about a breakout happening on the charts. Now, it got denied after we finished the live stream, but man, some great TA there from Brennan, and it looks like we're back on track today. So it might have got stopped for a short period of time, but the bullish market continues on and up and to the right. So really great stuff from Brennan. Big shout out. First time ever on a special live stream here on Hex Token and Superman Crypto. So big shout out. And let's not forget Pulsechain YouTube. We're streaming over 10,000 subscribers on 3 channels. So big shout out to all the members. What else there? We got Harry in the house as well. Yo. Good to see you, Harry. Welcome to the chat. Who else has jumped in here? We got Hunter. Hey, hello, Superman. Good to see you, Hunter. Welcome to the chat as well. New chart, says Briz. Yeah, we've got a new chart in the house. We're going to be talking about that. We got Maddie Allen as well. Sup, y'all? Good to see you, Maddie Allen. Big shout out. Man, we've got a couple of influencers in the chat already. Wow. And let's get into Charity Dunning. Hey, Lies, Brian, Briz, Brennan, Check, Superman, everyone. Big shout out to you, Charity. Welcome to the chat as well. Yes, there is Brian's link. Now I think Brian is number 2 behind the big influencer Crypto Coffee. So there we are. Well done to Brian. Just shows what you can do, the power of the people. Thanks, boss. Get your free weight token here. Absolutely, 5,000 of them if you convert fiat currency directly on board the Pulsechain as CSD stablecoin, which is the fiat-backed stablecoin. There, get 5,000 weight token bonus as well. Keep Brian at number 2. I think it's number 2. Yeah, Brian at number 2. Up and away, says Pudding Guru. Absolutely, that's how we rock and roll. Brennan says, cheers for having me on, Super. Hey, it was a pleasure, Brennan. You did some awesome TA. We're going to keep that stuff on the charts too, so don't worry about that. Who else here? Hi, Hex Token, everybody else. Sandy Beach in the house, another influencer in the chat there, and of course a moderator across just about every single influencer out there is Sandy Beach. So a big shout out to Sandy, and of course a moderator in our Discord representing. And whoa, Archie's just given out 10 Hex free memberships there. Let's see who they've got to. We got Joey got one, Hunter got one, Check My Pulse got one, Adam got one, Toxic got one, Donatella got one, Lal got one, Butch got one, Tortoise Johnny got one, Yo Mama got one. Congratulations to all of you, and a big shout out to Archie for supporting the channel in that way. And yeah, I might have to update the Discord colors again. I just did that 2 days ago, updated all the Hex Token people on Discord as well. Now, if you haven't joined our Discord, of course, get into it. It's pretty awesome. We got all the intel, Pulsechain projects, useful links for doing swaps on chain, cross chain, bridging, you name it, it's all on there, on ramps, etc. All the Hex and Pulsechain links are all there too. Maximus, all of the Hex derivatives are on there, all the links to everything. So definitely get on there. It really is cool. And of course, the best thing of all, the community. Our community is amazing. So get in there, folks. Links in the video description. We've had a few people join recently. Congratulations to all of you as well. If you have any issues, by the way, let me know on X social platform or somewhere like, or on YouTube. Just leave a comment and we'll try and deal with that if there's any side issues. Sometimes you have issues. Russ is in the house there. Good to see you, Russ. And a big shout out from Check My Pulse Archie Pelago there. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Y'all says Archie. Oh, what else we got there? Toxic. Oh yeah, Toxic in the house there. 8 months membership. So big shout out to Toxic there. As well, you rebel, Toxic, you rebel. Good to see you. Woohoo! Yeah, get excited. It's super sunny outside, by the way, like really hot. I'm going to be doing some hedge clippings today after the live stream. How about that? That's some crazy stuff. Richie says, wish I had 1 to Superman maybe next time. Yeah, absolutely, Richie. All good, mate. All good. All right, should we get into it, folks? Let's do it without further ado. Let's start off with the stock market and kick into gear because things are looking good. So let's go into that format. Oh, which way? Where am I going? Where am I going? I'm lost. Lost in the studio. All right, there we go. All right, so we've got the stock market looking pretty good there. US stocks eyes longest win streak in 2 years as tech stocks shine. So we're in a definitely bullish market. Now we do have a question mark over stock market. Like this might be the last rally. Maybe it leads into the end of this year, maybe even into the beginning of next year. But question mark over the stock market, right? Also question mark related to crypto and correlation. Obviously, we've got a big shift from BlackRock into talking about crypto being a quality asset like treasuries and gold and silver, but we have yet to see that play out. So remember, there's a few question marks here. We just got to keep them on the back of our mind, as it were, and keep looking at the data. Very important that we don't get caught out by any major correction in the stock market and the contagion effect into crypto and other things like that. So even though everything's looking very bullish for crypto, and we really haven't had a run yet, we're kind of coming out of that bear market into the early stages, I would say, of a mini bull market or a long-term bull market. That is just, we just got to keep that as in the back of our minds, as I say. We've got the Dow Jones there is up 0.2%, 56 points to 34,152. Remember, the Dow Jones has got the top 30 industrials in it. We've got the S&P 500 is up 0.3%, 12 points to 4,378. Remember, fund manager Tom Lee is talking about potentially getting up to 4,800 by the end of the year. But maybe that's it. Maybe that's all the stock market's got left in it. So we're going to have to question mark about that. And as you guys know, I'm expecting the Fed to pivot mid next year. So inflation come down, Fed pivots. We'll probably get a bit of a lull, a bit of a pullback in the stock market, and then maybe pull back on there from that point of view. So it's kind of the lay of the land in the next sort of 6 to 12 months. NASDAQ there is up almost 1%, 9/10%, 121 points at 13,639. So the tech stocks in NASDAQ did very well indeed. So that's kind of the highlights there. Let's quickly go to the commodities, have a quick look at that. Oil is down from the looks of it. Let's just give it a second to calibrate. Sometimes it changes while I'm talking about it. Yeah, it looks like West Texas. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Do you see that? Do you see that change? That is what it catches you out sometime. Anyway, so we've got West Texas there is flat and pretty much flat, just down slightly. We're at $77. That's quite a nice pullback in the old oil. If we look at the last year, in oil. It was only a couple, back in September, we had $93. So really, it's coming down quite strongly. That's really, really nice. Kind of in the middle of the price range for the year, right? And of course, Brent oil there is down 4%, $3.40 to $81.77. We can also see that looks pretty much in the middle of the year, the last 12 months, kind of where we are at the price. Gold, however, is at 1975. And of course, people are talking about hitting 3,000. Like at the moment, it's not doing that. We've got over 2,000 just a little while back. And silver there at $22.70, pulling back $2.2%, so down 50 cents, which is quite a lot. And I really don't think silver's going to have its full-on heyday until we get that interest rate pivot, potentially middle of next year, right? So that's the play there. And some people are calling a 5x on silver if we do get that interest rate pivot. And we will see how we go. Still, at least half a year in front of us to see where that plays out. Now, the Treasury yields, which have been very high, and the Fed's kind of been using sort of allowing high yield Treasury yields to help, dampen the economy and employment. Treasury yields retreat despite fading optimism over peak rates as the Fed speak continues. United States 10-year fell as investors continue to digest remarks from the Fed speakers that point to the possibility of a further rate hike. So that is still looming over us. So we're not quite at the terminal rate exactly yet, but we kind of feel like we are. We'll see how we get on in the next couple of months. Fed Governor Michelle Bowman said Tuesday she continues to expect that the Fed will need to increase the federal funds rate further to bring inflation down to our 2% target in a timely way. So what does that mean? In the beginning of next year? Certainly not expecting it really this year for December's meeting, which is coming up. But maybe they'll give us one more. Maybe if they go too high, if they go too further than now, we're going to get some really hard landing there. So that's probably the play. Focus will shift to the Fed Chair Jerome Powell, who is slated to deliver a speech on Wednesday and Thursday. Futures markets expect the Fed to hold rates steady again at its December meeting, and that does appear to be the case. So let's quickly go to the Federal Rate Monitor tool. Have a look at the rates there. So 5 weeks to go until the final meeting for the Fed at the end of the year, the 13th of December. Put that in your calendars, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We can see that at the moment, 90% of the market expects a no change in the federal funds rate at 5.5%. Only 9.8% is expecting a 25 basis point hike there at this stage. So good news for us in crypto. That's all I'm going to say. So that's pretty much our stock market and commodities and Federal Reserve coverage. We're going to keep up to date with that so we don't get surprised by that. Now, often by the time I live stream, you never know the market could have had a 5%, 10% correction, but we're going to do our best to keep up with this stuff. All right, that leads us on into crypto. We've got Bitcoin at the moment, 35,470, looking like a boss, looking really strong, consolidating, and really nice position. What's the next price move? 37, 38 and a half, somewhere in that ballpark. And of course, maybe a super bullish move to get us over 40K. As you guys know, when we start ramping up, we can ramp up a couple $1,000s a day when we get into the sort of the bull market gets moved on. And of course, 40 to 50K does seem promising by the end of the year. So 40, 50K does seem promising. And maybe that is the opening salvo into a longer bull market. 40, 50K is kind of where I feel is comfortable at this moment. And of course, if we get the BTC ETF, maybe at the end of this year, but maybe at the beginning of next year, then onwards and upwards, right? That's going to be huge, huge, huge. And why is that so big a deal? Because it's pretty much the biggest fund managers in the world bringing in capital. And we're talking about billions and billions, tens of billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars. And of course, the multiplier effect from that in crypto, at minimum 3 to 5x range, which would get us into the trillion plus market and market cap generation. So that's why it's a big deal. Bigger deal than the Bitcoin halving coming up on April the 17th. So it's really exciting. Anyway, the other thing we want to see is Ethereum, of course, play out. We want to see Ethereum rally. At the moment, it's sort of gone up to $1,900, which is pretty cool. Several months ago, of course, we hit up at 2,000 and kind of got rejected and back down again. So hopefully we'll get this moving up. Once it really breaks strongly over 2,000, altcoin season has got to be on, right? Altcoin season's got to be on. Some of the others have also, we've had some interesting moves. Some of the other chains like Solana and things like that getting support from certain parts of the demand side amongst the bigger players. And so, we're going to see a lot of interesting things happen in this bull market. Something's always different amongst the leaders every time we have a bull market. So really going to be interesting to see that. At the moment, everything's down a little bit there. Bit of a mixed bag as well across the board, but Bitcoin looking good, 35,500, up 1.1%. That leads us onto the Bitcoin chart. This is the Bitcoin chart on the weekly. So I haven't got the daily up today, got the weekly. We can see our golden cross here, and away we go, and looking very, very good indeed. And of course, we've still got quite narrow between the 200 moving average, this blue line, and the 50 week moving average in the yellow. And of course, look at up and away we're going at the moment, consolidating a little bit here. Are we going to get another nice little push up here higher up into this zone, or are we going to go straight to 40K? I wouldn't be surprised if we get a straight over 40K move on the next move. We already had a pretty decent move here on the weekly, so maybe in a week we could get definitely over there 40K. So maybe we have a couple of thousand a day and we get pushed over 40. If we go to 40, we'll probably get pushed to 42, maybe 41 and a half. So look out for that move. It's definitely plausible at the moment, especially with this Bitcoin ETF. And there's 12 of them, remember, under application. So, and including the big heavyweights like BlackRock, the biggest fund managers in the world. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see that. And of course, we also had Galaxy CEO Michael Novogratz talking about potentially the end of the year. He thought the process was going pretty well. And of course, they have the insider moves, right? Because they're the ones doing dialogue with the SEC. So they're going to have the inside information there. Inverted commas, right? So not really, but you get my point. So that's looking pretty good for old Bitcoin. And let's pull up the roadmap here. As you guys know, let's go back to the daily on Bitcoin and have a look at that. Bam, and put the overlays. That's our overlays at the moment, and looking good, right? Let's pull this up a bit further here. Trying to bring up April here. That is April. It's almost got us into one view. All right, so that's the Bitcoin halving out here. Bitcoin ETF, so that's our range there. Really good for a ramp up in the bull market. Here's our Fed meeting at the moment. Expecting a no change there. No big event. The only thing is the budget stopgap measure getting extended out possibly to the 17th of January. We'll keep up to date with that. That's probably the only hurdle here at the moment. So otherwise looking very, very good indeed. So let's go. That's it. That's pretty much it. Looking bullish. Window of opportunity right through to the end of the year, beginning of January, at least at the stage, and may get extended. So we'll keep updating that from my point of view. All right, so let's get out of there, and we're going to have a look at our new chart, which is the Ethereum Bitcoin chart here. And of course, there's a relationship between Ethereum and Bitcoin. And big shout out to Brennan suggesting to pull us up. And at the moment, we've got Ethereum to Bitcoin at 0.05. And of course, back in 2021, it was on the weekly, by the way, back in Bitcoin, during the bull market, we had Ethereum suddenly, go from being quite low at 0.6 to 1 Bitcoin. So 6% of 1 Bitcoin, basically up to almost 9% here on the old Bitcoin chart. And so here at the moment, last week we seem to have bounced off the bottom there at 5% of the Bitcoin. So it looks like we're really moving up here at the moment. And maybe we'll hopefully get a green week coming up in the next couple of weeks. Maybe we'll get one of these big green shifts here. And of course, that would be a good indicator for the altcoin season. And of course, that would benefit all the other layer 1, layer 2 chains, all the altcoins that are, the hundreds of thousands of them that are around that moment. At least particularly the valuable ones, right? Market will value things up. So that's kind of the play at the moment. So we'll keep looking at that and see how we get on there. That is the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. We're going to move on into Pulsechain. We're on day 179. These are the ending the results for day 179. We're about to start day 180. I consider day 183 the 6-month mark, so we've still got about 4 days to go until that. So yeah, day 183, that'd be 6 months. And Pulse at the moment is at quadruple zero at 692, pretty much 69% of the mean sacrifice price there, and pre-SEC price. We got PulseX there at quadruple 219. That's been the stronger of the two lately, up 1.39%. And of course, we've got potential things coming like single-side staking on 9-inch. For that, helping that, and of course, Power City Earn Protocol collateralizing PulseX, so that's bullish for that, right? And potentially we've got maybe the DAO on PulseX has something special in it, wink, wink, and of course, maybe a single-side staking on PulseX comes up too. So there's quite a few things that are bullish for that, as well as a lot of third-party protocols that may benefit PulseX too. So we'll wait and see on that one. We got the buy and burn doing some spectacular things. 542.6 billion Pulsex bought and burned. This is part of the secret source of Pulsechain. And of course, remember the supply was given out during the sacrifice process, and that's just going down all the time now, shrinking, and of course, shrinking into a bull market. Beautiful stuff. A run rate at the moment, over 5% a year as well on the burn of the public supply. And of course, we consider the origin account inactive, so we don't really worry about that. The incentive token at the moment is $1.12, pretty much down or up 0.4%. The ratio is at 16,207 pulse per one incentive. The incentive supply must be getting pretty close to 16 million now, and the buy and burn there, the burn there is 113,600 incentive tokens have been burned so far, so pretty good there to the TRH protocol or GameFi. Now, PHEX there at the moment, 1.46 cents. EHEX is at 0.082 cents. The combined price of PHEX and EHEX is at 2.28 cents. PHEX is up down 2.8%. Really a little bit showing a bit of weakness at the moment, particularly EHEX. Yesterday, we're going to get into that. And PHEX at the moment, 211 pulse. So one PHEX will get 211 pulse, and one PHEX will get you 1.78 EHEX. So EHEX got really weaker, relatively speaking, with the whales selling off a little bit there for large accounts. And so PHEX has gained its ascendancy a bit against EHEX at the moment. Maybe that means EHEX is a bit of an opportunity. Just got to pick the right bottom. Maybe it's the bottom today. We'll see. But that is pretty much the results for day 179. And we're about to start day 180. Can you believe it? So let's have a look at the Pulsechain charts. This is the hourly at the moment. So we were live streaming. We're live streaming in here. Remember that yesterday if you watched the show? And we got some good TA there from Brennan. Still in play. But then it's hilarious. After we finished the live stream, some market makers, pretty much large holders, came in and manipulated the chart down. And of course, we did have quite a nice little rally up there, so there's probably going to be a little bit of a breather. So we expected the breather, but then they really sold this chart down and manipulated it all the way down and got it back to quadruple 0.65. Sometimes that can be a play. Basically, you sell the market down when it's expecting to go up. And of course, then what you do is you then buy back the volume at a lower price and accumulate more volume. Sometimes actors do that if they've got enough cash to do it. And so, yeah, we've got a few bit of plays on that. Anyway, it was pretty funny. We were laughing about it after the live stream. We still knew that we were in this bullish uptrend, but it was pretty hilarious seeing a couple of hours after that be sold off. So that was pretty funny. But the overall is still in play there, and you can see us bouncing back to where we are here on Pulse. So that was Pulse. And we're going to go to the daily on Pulse. This is also true on Pulsex, right? So we're going to look at that. So now we've got an indecision candle in here. We're about to finish this candle in 7 minutes. So we've got an indecision candle up or down, but of course, I think it's going to go up to the up and the right there, especially with crypto going up. So everything's still pretty intact there at the moment. So we had some nice analysis there from, I'm just going to get rid of those overlays. Actually, the price target there is still 25%. Don't see any change in that. And we're already part way through the move. So still maybe we'll get to quadruple 0.8145 there, or 8200 there, up 25%. So we'll keep a lookout for that. The RSI too is just bumping just below the overbought territory, down at 69. So just below 70 there. That's Pulse. Let's go into Pulsex on the hourly there. Same story. It was hilarious there. We just finished the live stream here, and it was just slightly down actually. And then we thought it would have a little pullback and then go up. But of course, the market makers, manipulators came in, pushed us all the way back down to 0.00235. But we have pushed ourselves way back up at 2186. So not bad there. The uptrend is still your friend, as they say. Now, that's pretty cool. Let's go to the daily on this one. And we can see the target place there that with Brennan there was 2,500, up a 30% move. And so that looks like it's still pretty much intact, right? So looking pretty good there. And the RSI at the moment is just in the overbought territory, 72. So it'll have to be kind of a slow inching up there if we're going to do that at the moment. Incentive token is currently at $1.12. And $1.12 there at the moment. Let's look at the ratio. So really, our bullishness is based on the crypto market generally pushing us up at the moment. So that looks like it's still intact, and therefore we could get really high RSIs, right? Normally, if you've got these high RSIs, we'd probably expect the market to cool off for a little bit, consolidate, but no, it's still looking pretty bullish there. We can get some nice overheated RSIs there, meaning that we can get the overbought zone and stay there for a bit. We're at 16,192 is the ratio at the moment. So we're pretty much off the bottom of all-time lows there at 15,959. So we actually broke through the 16,000 today for the first time, but we're currently just over that moment at the 16,192. So that is the incentive token there. The Hex price at the moment, PHEX is on the daily. We can see that we've got a nice little hammer there, doji. and we're sitting at 1.463 cents. Yeah, a little bit weaker on the PHEX. PHEX under a little bit of pressure, but the upside move potentially, if we break this 1540, is a potential 46% upside, 2.5 cents there, PHEX target, and of course that is the potential upside. So we'll see if we can turn this around in a day or two and see how we get on with that, but not too bad at all. And big shout out to Brennan with these targets. EHEX there at the moment is obviously the weaker of the cousins, but it has been bouncing off the 50 fairly often. We did have one PS back down here to 0063. Now, often the market would go back down there and maybe try and test that 61.8 with that dip back down here. Of course, large holders did that, but given the uptrend we got at the moment, that may be hard to do. We may see this bottom out today. We're about to finish this candle in about 4 minutes, so hopefully this is the bottom, and maybe we can start building back better. Building back better. I hate saying that. I hate saying that phrase. All right, so that is pretty much it. All right, that's how we go on those charts. Big shout out to Brennan as always, TA Guru in Discord. Yeah, it's pretty interesting on the daily. So we're taking that to daily perspective on that. All right, let's get to some other great news. So those are the markets there. Let's get to the validators. We got breaking records. Look at this, 50,481. That's right, folks. So Pulsechain is the people's chain, and we broke 50,000 validators. Absolutely outstanding stuff. Really is fantastic. So 50,481. We did it, folks. Broke that 50,000. Big shout out to David Feder because David Feder has provided a service for people to use, validatorstore.com, and they have 49% of the validators going through that service from the looks of it. 24,835 active validators. So big shout out to David Feder. Congratulations on your success there, and of course all the success for the people using your platform and validating. Pretty cool. Now we've got a massive 1.62 trillion off the market. That's Pulse, folks, off the market. Let's do the math. 1.62, and let's divide that by 15, the public supply, estimated public supply there. We're at 10.8 cents, 8%, 10.8%. So we're almost at 11% of public supplies off the market, not available for sale in the validators. Hey, how high are we going to go? Some people are now talking about 100,000 validators. I don't know about that, but we're certainly looking pretty good at 50,485. And wow. If you remember, originally Richard talked about when they changed the tokenomics of validating, they were talking about 40,000 at the time. So we've smashed that. We're 25% above that, aren't we? So 50,481, looking really, really good. So a great milestone, everybody. Something to be proud of. The people's chain, Pulse chain, the people's chain. Now, we've got the beats have been relatively low too while we've been enjoying this sort of upward momentum. We're at 536,000 beats, so a little bit higher than yesterday, but still pretty cheap. We got 1 cent for a Pulsex swap, 800th of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, and 2/10 of a penny for a PRC transfer. We're currently 1,018 times cheaper, 1,118 times cheaper than Ethereum. A Uniswap swap at the moment would be $12.46. And of course, that Gwei has got higher. We've gone back into what we saw similar to last year. And of course, Bitcoin there is 6,415 times cheaper than Bitcoin. Man, Bitcoin is just ridiculously slow and expensive. But there we are. That is the place to be. Pulse chain is the place. Now, the cool thing about cheap gas, we can do cool things like compound protocols, which is what DeFi is all about. And so Pulse chain is leading the DeFi revolution. We have all the components we need for success in Pulse chain. A lot of other chains don't have it. They don't have it. They don't have the big community. They don't have the big protocol roadmap, over 180 projects. They don't have more developers coming all the time. They don't have any of that. They don't have the clever tokenomics. They don't have a lot of the innovation in DeFi in terms of financial DeFi, GameFi, and everything else that's going on. Even moving into metaverses and Web3, all sorts of stuff. So we've got lots of stuff that's just going to continue to grow on Pulse chain. They don't have the big community. They don't have the highly engaged community. They don't have all the big influencers. They just don't have any of it. They don't have the Richard Hart, the founder of all this, of course. They don't have their own film documentary. There's so many things they don't have. They don't have things like the Hex Investment Trust, which we'd like to get an update out there, Kinetics, if you're watching. So don't have any of that stuff, right? So it really is amazing to be on Pulse chain. But the compound interest thing on DeFi is really critical, and you can do it on Pulse chain super cheap for fractions of a penny or a cent or something like that, whatever. You can get in and out instead of paying $10 for 5 transactions. You know, each time you're paying a transaction, not paying that. And in a bull market, that'd be $50, right? So just remember, Pulse chain is the place to be. All right, so looking good. We're going to be starting day 180. Before that, though, we're going to get in the top of the PRC 20s. Before we do that, though, let's catch up on the chat. And so I don't get too far ahead. Let's see who else has jumped in here. Hope you guys enjoyed that update with the Rich Heart tokens. We're going to get in the top PRC 20s in a second. So who else has jumped in here? Like I say, it's very sunny outside, so I'm going to be cutting one of the hedges. How about that? Working hard for the money. I don't know. I don't get paid for that, but it's going to be fun. All right. Let's see here. We got Dewey in house there. Hey, Dewey, good to see you. What up, y'all? Been a little while, Dewey. Great to see you. Who else is here? We got Machiavelli, Christian in the house. Good to see Christian. Welcome to the chat. Let's see what else. We got Property Review, Planet's best crypto channel. I appreciate Property Review. Hey, we have a lot of great crypto channels in the Pulsechain Hex community, but I do appreciate the sentiment there. Very, very cool. Who else is in house? Craig Pitt, morning all. Good to see you, Craig. Welcome to the chat. Wookie says, "Oh, lie down, guys. It's Kiwi as bro. Kiwi as bro. Yeah. What's going on there with the key? Is there something about Kiwi accent? Let me have a look here. Did someone say something about Kiwi accent there? Something I can't see anything, but we'll move forward. What else? We got Mixed in house there. Evening all. Good to see you, Mixed. Welcome to the chat. Sandy Beach says, I love Aussie accent. Oh, God, too blimey, Sandy Beach. Too blimey. G'day, mate. Put another goat on the barbie. Put another kangaroo on the barbie. I'm just teasing. All Australians will be laughing their heads off. But anyway, we've got Archie in house there. PP, PLD, and where the ETH go. Pool farms should be going live on 9-inch within 10 minutes or so. Okay, we're going to check that out. It is on the list today, Archie, so we're going to check that out. Yep, I love Kiwi accents too. Oh, do you love Kiwi accents? Do you love them? All the way from Kawa in the bottom of the North Island? Do you love it? Do you love the Kiwi accents? See, I can even mock Kiwi accents too. I don't know. That's pretty funny. I didn't do the Tawa accent very well, but it's not what counts. Wookie will be laughing at that because he knows that that's not the Tawa accent. It's a bad example of it. What else we got there? Pumpet says, Brennan, Pumpet. Pulsechain go momentum overall. The train is moving. The best chain ever. Show me a better chain. Can't find one, says Pumpkin out. Absolutely. Are we there yet? We're on the road, a yellowtail. We're on phase 2, what I call phase 2 of 10. And we may be very close to getting that phase 3 move up, possibly to 38.5. But I think we're going to go to, and on a weekly basis, we could get to over 40. And I think the market, if it's going to show a strong move, it's going to do that as we it may be closer and towards the end of November here. November is typically a good month for crypto, and here we're on the 8th of November. So yeah, it's probably we're getting pretty close to it, I would say. Pumpkin Owl says, thanks to Superman for your hard work. Nobody puts more into their streams as Hex Token. He's the leader, and we all appreciate this dedication and listen every day to keep up with important news, Pulsechain news. Yeah, that's right. Well, one thing we are doing on this channel is definitely documenting Pulsechain as it's launching every day. So that's true. Charity is in house there. Have I told you during the BTC ordinal period, I sent some BTC and it took 24 hours. I know it's crazy, Charity. I've had to go through it too. Terrible when we were testing out ordinals when it first came out. And man, it was just so slow for Bitcoin transfers. I think, and expensive. I think when we see Pulse price have a significant move, we might see some validators come offline, says PSI. That's definitely probably going to happen there, PSI, on significant moves. Also, there's no competition as to what to do with your PLS right now. That will change with liquid loans launching. Interesting times ahead. Absolutely. We are still expecting liquid loans this month, so we'll have a look at that when we get up to the future roadmaps. Don't get paid for cutting hedges or things, says PSI. That's true. Great to catch you guys live today, says Dewey. You too. And great to see you in the chat, man. Come back again soon. That's all we can say. Brennan says, hi all. Good to see you, Brennan. Welcome to the chat too. And Brennan says, Irish accent now. I was just thinking that the other day. I was going to be talking to Brenton, and I told him, don't you ever come around here to the pub and talk to me about willows, because I hate willows and I hate something else. I don't know. British accent. Oh, how thou brown cow, the man jumped over the moon. Welcome to the news. It's the BBC. Everything's propaganda on the BBC, but we're going to talk about it anyway. All right. Hopefully that one's fine enough. All right, let's get back into it. And all right, so top PRC 20s. Let's have a look here. We're going to quickly check the 9-inch. We're going to quickly check the liquidity farms to see whether anything's launched on here. Apparently, they're going to be imminent. So let's see if we can see those straight away. That'd be pretty cool. Nothing yet. Nothing yet there. Let's have a look on there. No, must be pretty close, but nothing yet on there. So no change there at the moment. So we'll come back to that. PDI at the moment. So PDI was the talk of the town before we had things happening, but now we've got a lot of distractions. There's a lot of new projects launching, a lot of other things to invest in, and crypto tends to move to the next big thing. And we're at quadruple 04193 at the moment. So it's still holding this low back here on the 30th. But you know, it really wants to hold this yellow line here. This is probably possibly the bottom at 3,500. This is a mark here from Brennan, and maybe we'll see some action in the future, but definitely speculative, and we'll see how it goes. Wrap Bitcoin at the moment is $104. That is pretty much ticking away pretty nicely as well. I no doubt this will move up and to the right if we get a breakout, on Bitcoin and Pulsechain. So yeah, we'll keep watching that one. Troper is down 5%, Teddy Bear down 12%, Treasury Bill down 9%. So they were all the talk of the town a while back, but they are definitely down at the moment. SHIB is pretty much flat there at 12 or 1,300. So it's SHIB there at the moment, pretty much flat, but that is the overall view. So it's definitely in this bottom range here, sitting in the middle. Maybe it will get benefit from 9-inch, maybe in a couple of weeks' time. We'll see how that goes. And of course, the other one there is Pepe as well. Pepe is at 8,500 at the moment, and that's also a pretty similar story. Had a nice little run up, just a little bit of profit taking now. Is at 8,500 at the moment. So still, towards the bottom of the range, but not right at the bottom. That was down under 6,000 when we were down the bottom here. So 8,500 at the moment on Pepe. What else is there? Pretty much everything is down across the board, and maybe a fetch here with a little bit of liquidity is up 5%. That's pretty much it at the moment on the top PRC 20s. Let's quickly go to the meme coins. We're going to talk about that. The best performance by liquidity. We got where the ETH go is up 8.5% to $2.13, so it's not too bad. Mega is up 5% at 5 as well. Access Alive is down 1.5% at 5,000. RFX there is up 63%, so nice little pump there. RFX, look at that. Woohoo! That just finished. That candle just finished a couple of minutes ago. 7 minutes ago, so that's a pretty nice move on that, 63% on that reflection token there. What else? Hex Orange Address is down 5.8%. Paul Pleb down 5%, and PLD, up 5%, I should say, on Paul Pleb, and Pulsechain up 2% as well. We'll see what happens with these farms, whether they get a rally on these meme coins. They didn't really rally that hard, apart from, I would say, where the ETH go. I really felt that Paul Pleb and PLD really underperformed. They did rise, but just not as high as we would have expected them. Maybe they'll do that once the pool's alive, the farm and the single side staking. Then maybe they'll have a rally then. It's always definitely possible as stuff gets taken off the market. Maybe the market prices that in. We'll see how that goes. Other than that, everything else is pretty much there. Let's go to the final category, which is Pulsechain projects, and have a look at that. So we're looking by liquidity. We can see that 9-inch is down 12% at the moment. So this is the 9-inch DEX. Let's have a quick look at that. Obviously, they're about to launch their next farms for the Ethereum coins. Sorry, the meme coins for Hexy Bastards ecosystem. So that is pretty much on 9-inch. So not great at the moment, down to 25 million market cap. And yeah, so that, what, a $60 million sacrifice? We've got a $25 million market cap, so still well above the sacrifice price from the looks of it. As if I take a quick measurement of that, we're still really up, how much? Maybe 52%, still up from the sacrifice price, plus you add on the Ethereum network as well on top of that. So still doing okay. And let's have a quick look, see where those farms have come up here. We'll refresh that. Nothing yet. And let's go have a look for 9-inch on the old Twitter account, or X account, I should say. Keep saying Twitter for some reason. It's going to take a little while to change that. 9-inch. Where are we up to on here? 1 hour ago, the Hexy Bastards ecosystem coins will make their grand entry on 9-inch within 1 hour, so they are imminent as we're during the live stream here. Where'd the ETH go? Pulse, Dodge, and Paul Pleb. First community outside the Pulsechain to join the DEX is DBI. Don't buy any. So that is a trying to attract another community there to the Pulsechain as well, and Ethereum. This their token will be available to stake and farm on Ethereum version of 9-inch. More to follow soon. So we were expecting PulseX single side staking, and of course remember the ETH pairs, EHEX and PHEX pair. That's also coming in the future. That was supposed to be day 5, but of course they've changed around the order there a bit. But we are getting the big meme coins and the DBI from the looks of it on Ethereum. So not too bad. All right, so we'll keep coming back to that. At the moment, I can't see it launching at the moment. It's good to be having it live though while we're doing the live stream. Yeah, so we'll just wait for that. That's coming up. So we'll keep a tabs on that. That's not why I had the 9-inch farm up, by the way, but we're going to have a look at that in a minute. There's the price there at the moment. So just chilling out down the bottom here. Hopefully that will give a bit of a rebound into the market. They'll start pricing 9-inch up a bit again. Now, I did want to say that the TVL at the moment on Pulsechain is at 14 million on Pulsechain side. And I want to compare that to PHUX. So PHUX outside Pulsex is above 160 million, maybe even higher, 170, possibly even higher than that at the moment. And of course, that means Pulsex is obviously the top protocol, TVL outside, out of the protocols there on top of Pulsechain. The PHUX at the moment is at 39 million, making it number 2 at the moment. And of course, that means 9-inch DEX at 14 million. This was as high as 15, remember, 15 million when it came out, remember. This is just on the Pulsechain side. This is now sitting at 14 million based on this update here. And of course, they're about to launch the meme coins. Maybe that will push back some more value and TVL back onto the protocol as well, as we see those pools fatten up there with stuff coming out. You know, those memes getting staked in the pools and in the liquidity, sorry, and then the farms, and then of course single staking on the pools there. So we'll be looking out for that. The analytics at the moment on the 9-inch DEX there, $11 million liquidity on there, and of course 1.82 million 24-hour volume. So it's still ticking away there. Not as high as the beginning. We had these big numbers, although they had a lot of issues with the UI and data, didn't they? Just kick it off. They seem to have fixed that up now because the farms were up huge. Now we got more modest returns, but still very good, of course. But you still got underlying price risk. And then, of course, you got the pools there as well. They were super high, like incredibly high. And, of course, they're back down to more realistic numbers there, whether you got flexible or locked, single-sided staking for 9-inch or BBC. So that is pretty much that. We're going to keep the tabs on that, though, because apparently these pools are out imminently. All right, so let's move along from there, and we're going to quickly look at the other coins at the moment. So Algo is down 3%. Spark is up 8%. What else is going on there? We've got PRS, is Pulse Reflections, is up 18%. So nice little move there for Pulse Reflections, another tax token off the bottom, of course, but still a nice little move there. They paid out, what is it, well over 6 billion in Pulse or something. So that's been a pretty good payday for people that have been in that project. I don't generally like tax tokens unless there are really good reasons for it. Now, Prate there is from Pulse Rate is down 25%. PLN, the on-ramp, Lightning Network, Bitcoin, BNB, it was Optimism or somewhere, I think, as well. That is down 13%. I've only heard good things about that, and it's a key utility for Pulsechain. Fame at the moment is at 71 cents, still looking pretty good, 12%. Fame is killing it on the fees, absolutely amazing on the fees. So doing really well at this Fame. And Fiat as well is doing pretty well. We might actually have another look at the PH universe and talk about that, but obviously PHUX is doing very well at the second biggest protocol there, 39 million in TVL, doing amazing and helping a lot of the other projects as they launch build up liquidity pools as well. So really, really good on that front. BBC, we're going to get back to that in a second, but Holy Token there from Game TRX protocol is up 20%, and Trust Swap there is up 15% as well, with very small liquidity on these pools at the bottom. So that's pretty much it on the Pulsechain projects. We're going to have a quick look at the 9-inch pools just by themselves, and we can see that the best performer at the moment is Where the ETH Go, up 8% to $2.13, and Paul Play about 5%, and Pulse Dodge up 2%. All the other tokens, 9-inch and BBC, are down. BBC incentive token at the moment on 9-inch is at 30 cents. So it's just been shedding its way down, and that's not surprising given we see that in the incentive token on Pulsex as well. However, we do have single-sided staking on the old 9-inch, so that makes them a little bit different here. So cool. Anyway, we've got the farms potentially launching imminently. We'll try and hold on until they do. But that's pretty much it from there. So that leads us into a Beetroot. So we're going to find Beetroot under the Pulsechain projects and have a look for that. So we're going to sort by token and have a look for Beetroot. There is Beetroot here. Beetroot obviously got powered up the other day. People were buying, front running the news there. Got a big, nice power up there on the daily. And currently it's 0002600 for Beetroot at the moment. And this project in there waiting to launch Sugarbeet Stake and Shake. So Sugarbeet Stake and Shake there. Coming to Pulsechain and X1 chain. The Sugarbeet staking privacy protocol is being built from the scratch. No forks or clones. This is unique and groundbreaking. So the excitement is really growing for that. Can't wait to see what it is. There is nothing like, obviously it's some staking for rich art token stuff, but what is the secret sauce there? There's nothing like Sugar Beet either in Pulsechain or X1 chain or any other else in crypto generally. Just remember, X1 chain hasn't even launched, so it's just Pulsechain, and that's going to be the case for some time. The Pulsechain version will launch first and will incorporate multiple assets, including Pulse, Beetroot, Sweet, Hex, PulseX, and Incentive Token, looking pretty good. So we can't wait for that. So those are the sweet tokens. They're going to get sweet rewards, and looking pretty excited. I'm excited about it. Hope you are too. And of course, don't forget that Beetroot has a lot of privacy services, including an Anon exchange, the one swap, which they just upgraded recently, and of course, peer-to-peer fiat on ramp. Pretty cool. And so for the geeks out there, for the geeks and nerds, they've also got the nodes in there as well, which I avoid. And then of course the Beetroot token there as well, which is pretty cool. And there's also an About Us page. You can check all about them as well. So pretty cool. Offering a lot of privacy services, and looks like maybe some nice yields as well coming with the Sugar Beet stake and bake. So yeah, we're going to be interesting to see where this goes. The market at the moment, 1.8 million. So still chilling out there. Looks like we had 62 makers there, so building up the market as place as well. So we'll see how they go. It could be launched imminently, right? So we go to our Pulsechain roadmap and have a quick look at that. Let's have a quick look at the Pulsechain roadmap. This is our roadmap at the moment. We obviously got 9inch here about to launch their on the back end of their launch. They had a launch phase, so they're about to launch that the meme coins pools. This is probably going to be extended out actually, because we're also waiting for the single side staking for PulseX and the Ethereum pools. So we're still waiting for that. 9mm DEX V2 that's launched, of course. So we're going to delete that and take that away. But we're going to quickly talk about 9mm DEX V2. They've got more protocols coming. V3 DEX, Explorer, and Marketplace. So waiting for that. At the moment, 9M here is got 237,000 in liquidity since it launched, and it's also had about 30,000 in volume here. Now, it's also had support from the DEX aggregators like Go, Pulse, and Patius as well, supported them. The other thing, of course, is if you do a trade through on 9mm through Patius, you will actually get an airdrop credit as well. So for 9mm tokens, so that's pretty bullish on them. We can see the biggest liquidity pools at the moment are Rat Pulse, 111,000. This is due by liquidity there, which says here 440. That can't be real, that one. We've got 111,000 for Pulse, 60,000 for X Orange Address, 37,000 for PulseX, and a couple of these other ones, Crow at 13,000, Pussycat at 12,000, Hex at 8,000. So that gives you an idea of some of the tokens there at the moment. But it's been increasing in volume. So this will be one of those dexes that just slowly creeps up on you as 9M keeps rolling out their ecosystem. So that's kind of cool on that one. So looking not too bad there as well. Let's quickly have a quick check of 9inch. See if we catch the launch. Make sure we catch in the launch here of the farms. Pretty good timing, if you ask me. We'll keep refreshing that until we go. We've still got plenty of time before we wrap up the live stream, so we might catch that going live. All right, that is pretty much on Beetroot. I'm going to post the link to Beetroot if you want to find out more details and keep tracking them on the stake and shake stake, because it's going to be for tokens. It's going to be, so we've got bullish stuff for PulseX, right? We've got the stake and shake. We got the 9inch single side staking farm. So yeah, it's going to help maybe take some PulseX off the market, maybe get a bit of buying in there too, on top of what we're already seeing. So that could be cool. Stake and shake. Right, that's the link there to that. Bam, there we go. All right, looking good. All right, so that is pretty neat there on Beetroot. Let's jump out of there. We're going to move forward there. We're going to keep up the 9inch DEX there. And I think we've covered all those projects. Yeah, we've got to go through the rest of them. So yeah, we got Sugar Beet here coming up. So that could be launching imminently. So we're going to shift that over another day. Maybe it's tomorrow. We'll see. And then of course we're waiting for the Fetch Oracle. I've got the Fetch Oracle here coming out 10th November. Now this is a date that I put in from Crypto Crazy, saying a couple of weeks, which I just took 3 weeks as being the sort of the back end of that. So this is a placeholder. But let's see if that couple of weeks comes to fruition and we do get the Fetch Oracle launching soon. Obviously, it's the 10th of November. That'll be this week. So maybe we'll get the Fetch Oracle this week. Let's see how we go with this estimation here, or placeholder. Then, of course, we've got Liquid Loans, Power City, Barista for Magic Upride, all coming down the line. TIRH V4 also launching potentially. We've got a placeholder here. Could launch in this period, and then followed by PulsePot. PulsePot needs the Fetch Oracle. So it probably need to be a bit of a distance too. The Fetch Oracle may start off with Pulse and PulseX maybe, but it's got to get more of that price data in. You got to have Oracle reporters in there reporting more data feeds, both price feeds and non-data. So that could take a little while to ramp up to that, and for PulsePot to have enough information. So question mark over PulsePot launch there, but that is the time frame. PulsePot and TIRH are both from Jacob, from the same team there, from the BNB pot team. And of course, then we've got Note Project from Randy Olasky, expected mid-December as well. So those are both timelines there. And of course, TYZZ also from Jacob as well, out into the beginning of next year, which could be huge. DeFi Binance, taking on Binance, and of course, having so many things. So excited about that. It's like a little boy in a candy shop with that thing. That thing is so exciting. And if it's cross-chain too, oh my gosh, that'd just be like another sugar coating on top of that. So question mark there. Let's not get too excited. Let's not too front runner too much, but that is definitely pretty exciting. That's sort of the roadmap at the moment. All right, let's move on. Let's get to 9-inch. Let's do another refresh. And I'm going to get the chat for a moment until we get the stuff up, because we're just waiting for that. Let's see who else has jumped in there. All right. Let's go back up here. Dewey says, great to catch you guys live today. Absolutely is, Dewey. Yeah, I think we got the Trenton as well. Hi, all good to see Trenton. Yeah, got up to those comments. Those are awesome sex tokens. Talk about those accents. Yeah. 2 more weeks, says Wookie. Yeah, 2 more weeks for everything. Dewey says, Peppy started to move. Not sure what's up. It's up a little bit there. Would love to hear American cowboy accent, says Russ. You mean like a John Wayne? Like a John Wayne? I used to do John Wayne. John Wayne. I'm smiling too much to do John Wayne. I might pull it out randomly. Let me just simmer on it. RFX is popping off today. Yep, definitely was. Let's jump through all those. Wookie says, let's go 9-inch, says Wookie. Absolutely. Thomas says, got Rick trying the 9-inch to 9-inch peer a few days. Yeah, that's true. It was a bit rough than there, Tom Boss. I can understand that. Out now. We'll see if the polls get people back in after looking at 9-inch again. Yeah, they've had some challenges there. We'll put it that way. We did talk about that the other day, so we won't harp on about it. But yeah, it looks like they've fixed those up now, the UI and the percentages. So it was a bit rough to say the least on the launch. Those numbers should have been, accurate. But hey, that is what it is. Too late now. Kim in the house there. Hi, sir and all sirs. Hey, good to see you, Kim. Welcome on the Superman Crypto. What's up? Hexkins from Tintop. Good to see you, Tintop. Charity says, Superman, everyone is giving their PulseX price calls at the top as your estimate of 100 exchange. Now, that's still in the game, still in the play there, Charity. That's definitely doable. All right, let's see how we go. Let's refresh here. No, nothing in there yet, so we're waiting for the potential live, and we'll see try our luck on that. In the meantime, we'll probably go to the Hex Daily Stats and come back to that. So hex.com, folks, check it out. You can buy Hex. Buy yourself, you buy Hex on either Ethereum or Pulsechain. You can then burn it for T-shares, and your T-shares allow you to start mining Hex. Kind of a real simple way of understanding it, and fairly accurate as well. So we're going to jump over to the daily stats here. We got day 1436, have we? No, we haven't, but we got yesterday's data, so we're going to talk about that quickly. We have got Pulsechain, so we'll do that. So Pulsechain, day 179, remember, day 179. So even though it says 1436, it's actually 179. We've got the 7th of November. And we've got the price there at 1.466 cents, so down 2.6% from the day before. We were at 1.5 cents. The payout per T-share is 6.632 Hex per T-share at the moment on the old Pulsechain. Share rate's gone up 27.9 to 30,303. Remember that on the 22nd, we're expecting this to jump by 1,400 Hex per T-share. So that's on the Pulsechain, that would be about $20 per T-share. So if you've got 5 T-shares, it's $100. So, it's quite a decent step up there, particularly for the retail investors. So yeah, that's going to jump to probably about 30,000, 32,000 probably by then. So just remember that, or 31,700, something like that. So actually, no, it's 32,200. Now, what am I saying? It's 32,000. Yeah. We got, I was tongue twisting myself there. We're at 6.88 years on the average mining length, and we're sitting at 37.64% APY. The ownership pool is up 5,200. We've got 9,816,000 T-shares in the ownership pool. So the ownership pool has T-shares in it, stands for trillions of shares, and then we have a reward pool or a payout pool, and of course that pool goes to the T-share holders. So the If the T shares are shrinking, that means the payouts are going up, and of course the reward pool is getting bigger anyway. So yeah, your rewards are getting pretty lucrative in there in the ownership pool. 9.69% of all Hex is locked at the Pulsechain side. Pretty modest penalties today. These are people that didn't keep their responsibilities in one way or the other, and we got 65 million in that reward pool that I was telling you about that gets paid out to the T shareholders. Looking at the growth numbers, we're at 23 liquid holders on the Pulsechain side, up 9 miners on the Pulsechain side there to 124,414 miners on the Pulsechain side. So that's pretty much it on there. Yesterday's result on Ethereum, I don't think I got to talk about that, but it's 6.9 Hex yesterday, which was a very strong day in the old Hex stats there, which was pretty cool. There was no change to the share rate. The ownership pool was pretty flat. And what else happened yesterday? Yeah, slight decrease in liquid holders and up 3 on the miners there. But we had some pretty good penalties yesterday, 4.7 million. Day 1436 hasn't come out. We might have to talk about that tomorrow. So that is pretty much it. We're on day 1437 on Ethereum now, and day 180. Day 180 on Pulsechain. Unbelievable. Day 183 would be 6 months. I did check the math on that. That's 183. So we'll wait till we call a 6 month video. I'll call it 6 months on the title of the video or something like that. But that is the hex.com. Check it out, folks. And if you want any help, get into our Discord. We have a crypto helpline. I think we're the only influencer out there with a crypto helpline in the community. So yeah, get into our Discord. Links in the video description. It's about 16 cents a day. It's cheap as chips. And of course, it's community run. So we've got a community leadership team and a community help you out answering those questions. It's a great place to be. So join up today to Discord. Links in the video description. All right, let's go to 9inch, see whether we've got that up and running. We've got nothing there at the moment, so we might just wait for that. Yeah, we're going to hold on. We're going to hold on. All right, so we're going to jump out of there. We've got Pulse at the moment is looking pretty good, but we're going to actually get out of Pulsechain. We're going to go to Pulsex and have a look at how Pulsex is going on that one. So we'll jump to Pulsex, and there's Pulsex pool. We're at 216. So Pulsex has kind of been leading the way lately. Let's go to the hourly chart. Let's get rid of the overlays. Let's go full screen and full FOMO. And that is the Pulsex chart at the moment on Pulsechain. So this is where we did our live stream yesterday. We bottomed out down here at Contrib 02. We're back up here pushing higher at 2167. So still looking pretty good, aren't we? And looking at the 4 hourly chart, I think that's still looking pretty good. Nice little breather at the end of the day. All right, let's go to the 1 hour chart there and get back into chats. I just realized I'm not showing the screen, which is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Sorry about that. I was doing pretty well up to that point, but I forgot to show the screen on that one. Let me show the screen so you can see. Bam, that's what I was talking about. All right, kind of cool. And I missed all the Hex daily charts as well. This is the way it goes sometimes. Where else we got here? We got up to Christian. Yeah, I think we got to Christian here. Hello, familiar. Good to see Christian. Brian says, hey, Superman, is Liquid Loans going to automatically release the PLS to the address provided to, or do we need to claim them? They'll just airdrop them, I think, will happen there, Joe. I think that's what I'm expecting to happen there with the sacrifice. Pumpkin House has locked a fat 10-year Hex stake last night. I don't have that money that far out, but I will fill in all the years up to 15. It's wise for folks to do that, in my opinion. T-shares won't get cheaper. No, T-shares are going to get rarer and they're going to get more expensive, relatively speaking, in terms of Hex that you'll need. And we are at the bottom of the Hex price at the moment. So, yeah, it's probably a wise thing there, Pumpkin Owl. The only crypto helpline is Trust out there as well, says Charity. Yeah, we have a pretty good team in that, Charity. I don't know if you don't realize that over years. The way you build up trust is through actions, right? And I think that we've put that up in our Discord. Superman's crypto helpline is the only one I trust out there, says Charity. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. I was going to say. Pudding Goose says, can't see. Yeah, my bad. Apologize for that. Hope you guys understood my oratory there. I've got to change the screen setting, but it happens every now and then. You know what, Charity, says Pumpkin out. Absolutely. Sandy Bitch says, Joey, they will drop the loan token if you sacked. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. All right. We're waiting for these farms. Is it going to come out during the live stream? We're just coming up on an hour right now. We can't see it. They were supposed to be out in an hour. And we have, that was about an hour, wasn't it? So fingers crossed, we'll wait for that. The analytics, though, not bad, not bad. The site's working properly now, the UI from the looks of it. So happy about that. You know, they got the ironed out the kinks, as they say. Pretty much it. All right. I was going to try and do the John Wayne accent, but then I started doing like Mafia in my head, so that wouldn't work out. It's been a little while since I watched the John Wayne, but yeah, every time I go to do John Wayne, it can easily sound like a gangster, like an Italian gangster. It's just the way it goes. All right, let me just jump out of that there. Just checking some of the other channels. Got quite a few people on Superman Crypto. Big shout out to everybody over on Superman Crypto at the moment. And on Pulsechain YouTube, big welcome to all the new subscribers over there. I do appreciate your support. So big shout out there. Get into the comments if you're following on Pulsechain YouTube. Definitely get involved there. Comments after the video, and I'll respond to those. I'm glad Liquid Loans is airdropping tokens. I don't like it when they force me to connect my wallets. Is Charity? Yeah, no one really likes that, especially in DeFi. Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. All right, let's see how we go. Waiting patiently. Are we going to have it during the live stream? We have pretty much the right time, but nothing yet at the moment. So waiting for a farm, and we're waiting for farms and waiting for pools. So yeah, the APY at the moment, what's that? Flexible APY on 9-inch if you're staking that. Now, obviously 9-inch is cheaper at the moment, so you're going to pick up more for that value. But let's say you did $1,000. It's $142 ROI annually at the moment. So on daily, 39 cents. On the weekly, $2.74. On the BBC token, if you're staking that, $1,000 worth of BBC. That's $58 for the year, $7.13 for the week, and 16 cents. Now, obviously, that price is going to move around. That's probably your biggest risk is the value of that. So just remember that. But the farms at the moment, what's the best return at the moment? 9-inch BBC, but then you got the downside. You got the risk of BBC there. 9-inch. This is probably the best pool actually. If you want looking for capital upside. Is this one here, assuming that the price goes up, of course, but we bull markets Texas tend to do well. So let's say $1,000, $789 a year, and $15 for 7 days, and what's that? $2 for 1 day at the moment on a 9-inch. And you might actually, if you're buying the top of the market on 9-inch, then you get the capital loss on your actual liquidity goes down. But if the price goes up, you're going to get that back, especially on both of these if they both go up. And then, of course, you're still getting the APR. So that would be the ideal situation. Always getting in cheap on the LP prices and then getting a decent APR. Then you got capital and income bonus there. That'd be pretty cool. What else we got there? Charity, you will still have to add the custom token to your wallet to see them. That's talking about the liquid loans, I guess. Loan token. That's fine. I can handle that. So will Pleb be paired with 9-inch? I believe that will be the pair. That's my guess there, Pumpkinell. Correct, Pumpkinell. I'm waiting for single side staking for PLSX. Yeah, well, we know the answers to that because we can go to the documents and we can check out the pre-farms and so pre-farm pools, first pre-farm pools. And we'll go to day 5, which is now like day 11 or something. How many days? It's been quite a few. Yeah, single side stakings for where the ETH pull on both chains. So it doesn't actually say, but it probably is 9-inch. That makes the most sense. Single side staking for PLSX on Pulsechain. We're waiting for that. Single side staking for EHEX and DBI on Ethereum. Now we're getting DBI today from the looks of it, as well as these. These are the lot we're getting today. So we're still going to wait for that. Apparently, we're still going to wait for EHEX single side staking on Ethereum. And we also looks like we're waiting for PX farm on Pulsechain too. So those may be coming out a bit later. So that's what we're getting today. That and this from the looks of it. All right, hour and 4 minutes, not too bad. Are we going to be seeing them live? Hey, Hexy Bastard, get it up live. We're watching now. Mwah, mwah. Hey, you kid. I was trying to do. I used to be actually quite good at the John Wayne accent. I'm just trying to. I can't bring it back. It's not coming back from my childhood. What the heck? I'm still waiting on a single side staking of Pulsechain. Yeah, that will be for 9-inch. and looks like we're going to have that for the Steak and Shake from Beetroot from 2. So there's going to be places people could go park their Pulsex if they want, in at least reasonably trusted places. And I say that inverted quotes. Brent says, "Oh, they're single stage staking, not farms." No, they're both on the farms. They're going to be farms for the meme coins and single side staking for the meme coins. So we expected these to have both on here. So we should see some farms pop up and some pools pop up for these. But remember, with the pools, as Hexabus indicated that it was about 10% of the incentive emissions were going to the pools, whereas I think something like 90% was going to the farms, right? So it's much more profitable in the farms by quite a bit, relatively speaking. That was the logic. But we can see the percentages themselves are, you've got 100% here, and you've got the pools at the moment 6% on here. So that that's definitely in that sort of zone, isn't it? 9 inches a little bit better, 14%, but here you're earning 100%. So that's 8 times better. But you take on different risks with different combinations of tokens, don't you? What else we got going in there? Those PLSX single side staking pools are going to be massive, says Pumpkinell. Yeah, I think so. Agree with that. Famous John Way quotes. Whoa, take it easy there, Take it easy there, Pilgrim. Yeah, that's right. Take it easy there, Pilgrim. Yeah, the man who shot Liberty to Vance. Yeah, it's a classic, that one. Let's go, John Wayne. What says Wookie? Hey, the left hate John Wayne. Remember, the left make up the hate John Wayne. Sandy Beach says, I still don't understand why RH doesn't add single side staking for Pulsex on Pulsex. Yeah, we'll find out about that in the future. He did tease about it being experimental. We'll see what happens in the future there. Obviously, he's got the court case on this month, Sandy, so maybe that's playing into the mix, even though he's very bullish on X social platform at the moment, tweeting out a lot. Wow, both says Brennan. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. All right, let's do a refresh again. We're just holding on here really for a few more minutes, see whether this launches. Maybe it doesn't while we're live streaming. They're always a bit later than they indicate, as we know. So we'll probably keep going for another couple of minutes, and you might just have to, look out for them. I'll post the link to the farm here if you want to check it out in case we wrap up the live stream. And you can just look on your own computer and just keep refreshing, and maybe follow them on X social platform to see whether those farms come up, because I know many people have got the meme coins, and maybe they, instead of speculating, they're going to stake those. That's the other thing, right? You want to check out the meme coins. Let's quickly go have a look at those. And we're going to go to watch list, and we're going to go to 9 inch. And yeah, we can see already. Let's go to the best performers. Paul Pleb there. Oh, Paul Pleb's actually up now, 6%. Where do you go? Oh, that's been pulled back a bit. A little bit of sell down there in the last hour on Paul Pleb, down 6%. And look at that. Woohoo! Hot doggity dog. All right. What else there? And Paul Pleb is up 6.5%. Not too bad there. A little bounce off the bottom. Yeah. Looks like the daily on Paul Pleb. I reckon it did too bad, get it back up to here, but I did think it would go much higher. It hasn't done that yet, at least not yet. Pulse Dodge, maybe once the farms and everything's out, maybe it does. We'll see. And then we've got over half a penny there, up pretty much flat for PLD, which is really, even though we've had an uptrend, it's still underperformed in my view. I thought a good chance we would lose a zero on this, but we didn't get up to the 1 cent plus mark, but didn't happen, at least not yet. Maybe it does after the farms and single side staking comes up. So keep a watch out for that. All right, let's do one more refresh. We're going to do one more refresh. We've got about a minute to go. And we're going to check the farms here. Actually, we'll go to, we'll do a refresh here on 9 inch sticks. 1 hour. Let's see how we go on that. Go in the comments here. Been over an hour, says David. Yeah, damn. Oh boy, let's get it on. What else there? Cool. We also have some sort of support for the PDI. Bottom is in. Time to run like the sun, says Trevor. So a few little comments there. All right. That is it at the moment. No update on the farm though. We keep refreshing. One more time. Nope, nothing there. The cool thing about doing it live is if you catch the percentages at the beginning, typically the percentages right at the beginning are really high. And now that they seem to have fixed the UI up, hopefully they're going to be real. Be real as well. Real orange peel. That's what we want to say. Refresh. When in doubt, refresh. Yeah. Let's quickly check and see what the crypto market's doing. We'll wait a couple of minutes. I've already gone over my time frame that I was going to do, an hour and 10. But yeah, Bitcoin 1336. So man, if we get a break from here, pull it up to 36 and then blow away from that, that'd be so good. And then get it over 2,000, strongly over 2,000. Man, game on. Game on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, as Christian would say. Wrapping up there. Bam, bam, bam. All right. I think we're going to wrap up here. Hasn't launched quite now. It might be just after the live stream, you know how things work. But do keep up that link there. I did post that if you want to follow that and check it out. Take a snapshot. Post it in the Discord if you do see it with the high yields. That'd be really cool. But it'll be a place that you can put your meme coins. I think Hex Token, great stream as always. Hey, thank you so much. That's Sandy Beach. Bullish on Cowboys, says Jody. Nice one there. Produce says, I want to play a real man in all my films, and I define manhood simply. Men should be tough, fair, courageous, never petty, never looking for a fight, but never backing down from one either. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that comment. Giddy up, says Wookie. Indeed. I like the little cowboy hats there, Wookie. And Brian says, good show, boss. Hey, thanks so much, Brian. Big shout out to all the work that you do in our Discord as a community leader. Big shout out to Brian. Brennan says, yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir, and see. Hey, we got Pulse Demic in the house there. Morning, guys. How the validation level for 50,000 just became one. Nice. Well done to you, Pulse Demic. Welcome to the 50,000 club. See ya, folks, says Brian. Absolutely. All right, we'll do one more refresh. This is the last one. Keep a lookout, though. Looks like it's imminent in terms of the farms launching and the single-side staking on the polls. Unfortunately, we're going to wrap up now. But yeah, if you see the yield should be super high at the beginning, if you get in there straight away, you'll be pretty happy. If you've got those meme coins, get in there early. Like I say, the farms will be far more lucrative, but you take on the different token yield. Although I do think if 9 inches bottomed out, if you think it's bottomed out, then it might be a good pool to go into with the meme coin. We will see. All right, hope you guys enjoyed today's content. Man, apart from that one little issue I did with not showing the screen for the X-Daily stats, I think we'd had a pretty good show. And onwards and upwards from here. All right, let's play out some cool music on the way up. As we wrap up, I'm going to go cut some hedges, apparently. So wish me luck on that. I prepared the zone for cutting before the live stream. Yes, I did. Yes, sir. What else are we going to play? I want to play something fun here. Let's play the Heist of Stakes. Shall we? We haven't played that for a while. Heist of Stakes. Where is it? Where did I put that? Maybe I deleted it. No, I couldn't have. Heist of Stakes teaser. I think this one here. All right, peace out, everybody. Take care. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Get into Discord. Links in the video description. Catch you later. See ya. I'll be back tomorrow. All right, bye for now.
Is Richard Hart. Genius.
Legendary.
Arrogant, bit of a narcissist.
The benevolent king.
$250,000. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life. Whatever the governments have been doing, it's not worked out. You've never had worse interest rates. Your money has never been worth less. And the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
Crypto is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
You're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
They are promising 40% annual return.
Everything I have worked for is staked in Hex.
Good. I put it all in.
All what?
All over house money.
No, I don't think that it's a scam.
Because I trust Richard Hart.
If ultimately this is all a big performance art project, people are gonna get fucked.
So that
You're
means
lucky it works at
I
all.
should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you'll get the crap scammed out of you.